Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me his truth. And a sincere Shalom to the elect out there teaching his truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay, and this is a real quick walk and talk commentary. I was at the job earlier when I heard about what happened today with Charlie Kirk. Okay, I just want to elaborate on that. Alright, because there's draconian measures about to be taken, before our society starts to break down and unravel. There's always a lot of political violence. Okay? No, I personally believe that this was some kind of inside job. Alright? But these things are going to be happening more and more as we get closer to the end times. Okay? Infighting amongst Esau, so on and so forth. Right? Even if the scriptures say there's no new thing under the sun. That's that which has been is that which should be, right? And you had this kind of shit going on with Rome. Okay? When the Republic started to fall, there was a lot of character assassinations, a lot of political assassinations of people who had influence and power. Alright? So that just goes to show that America's in its last days, okay, as far as having all this freedom is concerned. Alright? Now, again, this is a walk and talk, so I'm going to try and mostly quote scripture. Okay? But that brings me to another point. Okay? So I've been seeing, I checked Twitter real quick, or X or whatever, and it's all everybody's talking about is praying for this dude's family and how he's a man of the Lord and all that shit. That's fucking bullshit, man. That's fucking bullshit, man. Because when was Charlie Kirk ever talking about the coming of the Lord, man? When did he ever desire the day of the Lord? He never did. He was supporting Trump and wanted to make America great again. He was pushing people buying all them guns and shit, gun rights. That's because he's an Edomite, and that's and that's Esau's blessing, man. Is the sword. That's his sword. The modern sword is the gun. Okay, and he was pushing that heavy. And really one of the only things I really agreed with him was the stance that he took on the alphabet and the weirdo people, man, the fruitcakes. It's pretty much it, But these people are simple, and whenever somebody says something, right, one of these influencers, they buy in wholesale, like everything that they say has got to be correct. Well, let me say this. Charlie Kirk was not a man of the Lord. Okay? He was not a man of the Lord, man. When have you ever seen Charlie Kirk? Yeah, he likes to tweet out about Jesus and all that bullshit. But when's the last time you've seen him bringing out the scriptures or prophesying? He wasn't prophesying. He didn't want the kingdom of heaven. He wanted this place to continue forever. Okay? This is Revelation 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren they have the testimony of Yahushai. Okay, and he's coming in another Jesus. Okay? He's coming in the dog hair white meat Jesus. Okay, the image that the world has seen. Okay, mainstream Christianity is done for, man. Honestly, he might have been the most popular and well-known Christian on the planet. He was a top influencer, man. One of the biggest influencers in the world. Okay? So Christianity suffered a major blow today. Okay? So the Lord didn't protect that man. Not only that, but he was full of shit anyway. All right? And you freakazoids, because we're celebrating that too, his death. But you freakazoids, what do they call you? Hardcore leftists that are celebrating this man's death. All right, we're going to be celebrating when you get put to death too. Okay, because the Lord is showing that He's not dealing with you Christians no more, man. Because you've profaned His word, man. You know, and the word profane means to be outside the temple, man. You've taken interpretations and breakdowns of the Bible, and you basically just made them outside the temple, man. You made them outside the Lord's people, man. By by fucking getting, by pushing that nonsense that anybody can be saved, man. And you use these fucking Edomites, these fucking devils, as the forefront of proper biblical interpretation, man. You look at most of these churches, it's fucking, especially the higher ups, it's all Edomites, man. It's all Edomites. Okay, and Charlie Kirk was an Edomite. All right, now you could have so-called white men, or at least ones that look like so-called white men, that are Christians, that are Jakes. They're just lost and stupid, and the Lord ain't dealing with them either. But I truly believe Charlie Kirk was an Edomite, man. Okay, I believe he was an Edomite, man. Just look at the reaction they're giving this guy for his death, man. But you know what? There's draconian measures that are going to come if this escalates, man. Even if it doesn't escalate, the president tweeted about it. All right? Well, let me continue on. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. And was Charlie Kirk in the spirit of prophecy? No, he wasn't, man. Was he talking about Chicago, what's about to go down there? We're about to have soft martial law being implemented, and then hardcore martial law, man. The beginning of Jacob's trouble could be around the horizon, man. All it's gonna take is for a couple YNs to get trigger happy with those guard troops, or those ICE, or those ICE members, or whatever the fuck. Okay, we're living in very, very serious times, man. I mean, one of the top influencers in the world just got taken out. All right, hang on one second. All right, I'm back. But yeah, when was Charlie Kirk ever speaking the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? All right, when was Charlie Kirk ever speaking the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man? Okay? The Lord said that there's going to be no peace unto the wicked, man. Okay? There's not going to be any peace unto the wicked, man. The Lord didn't give the laws, the statutes, and commandments to these Edomites. He only gave them to Jacob. Okay? Who are the children of the promise? It's not the Edomites. We know that Charlie Kirk is a fucking Edomite, man. Okay, this is Isaiah 8 and 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to his word, it is because there is no light in them. Okay, so when was Charlie Kirk ever speaking the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man? I never heard him say that. He put on a tweet that Jesus died so we can live. Where is that in the scriptures, man? That's adding onto the word. Okay? It's adding onto the word, man. That life is talking about spiritual life, man. It's talking about life in the kingdom of heaven, okay? Which Edomites are excluded from, okay? All this Jesus shit has got to go, man. It's nonsense. It's ran its course, okay? Revelation 22 and 7. We'll go down a little bit too. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. Okay? And that's one thing that these Christians, because I'm grouping these Christians in with Charlie Kirk, because this is the mindset of these average, everyday Christians here in America. Especially you Edomite Christians, man. Okay? They don't keep the sayings of the prophecy of this book. Okay? They don't they don't even speak about the prophecies, man. They're trying to MAGA. They're trying to make America great again. Well, the scriptures say that the Lord would not heal Babylon, man. Okay? The kingdom of heaven is not in Babylon. Hate to break it to you. Actually, I love to break it to you. Okay? The Lord gave this kingdom to the basest of men. All right? To the lowest of the low. So that when the kingdom of heaven is established, all right? He's easier to go from the least to the first. All right? But back to what I was getting into. Okay, that's adding onto the word. Just like a lot of these Christians like to add onto the word. Okay? This is Revelation 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And what did Yahushai say? Yahushai said to go and preach, for the kingdom is at hand. Go out and preach and say that the kingdom is at hand. Are these Edomite Christians doing that? No, they're like Charlie Kirk, wanting to fucking wear their stupid hats and listen to their country music and stockpile their firearms, man, and make this place better. That which is crooked cannot be made straight. Okay, this place is so far gone that it needs to be destroyed, man. Not just here in Babylon, but the whole world needs to be flipped around, man. Okay? We already tried, these guys, they think that elections are going to make their life better, man. But yet they're going to keep voting for these Edomites, man. We already tried the Edomite power seat. Okay? It's not working out. It's obviously not working out. Getting a different Edomite in there ain't going to do shit. Okay? And getting Jake in there in the state that he's in a seat of power, ain't going to work either. Because he's just going to be brainwashed by the philosophies, okay, and drinking the wine of Esau Edom, man. He's going to be Babylonianized. So that ain't going to work either, man. The only way to get things better, okay, is for this place to get destroyed and Yahushua and the elect to establish the kingdom of heaven, man. That's it. That's it. And that's all scriptural. Okay, that's all scriptural. You know? The scriptures say that, woe is me if I preach not the gospel. Necessity is laid upon me. How many of these Christians are actually teaching the words, man? How many of these Christians are actually teaching the word? Maybe 1% of them. Okay? And those of them that are teaching the wrong doctrine. They're teaching this mainstream Christianity, man. That shit is over with. All right? That shit is over with. But hey, this going a little bit off topic. Well, it's not really off topic, but what's going on with sending these ICE agents into Chicago? They're saying that the National Guard is next. Okay? We could be entering the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay? The judgment time is coming for you 2/3, man. You see how all this comes together? Okay? See how this all comes together, man? It's going to allow them to create even more draconian laws, more surveillance, so on and so forth. Okay? And who knows what the retaliation could be. Somebody else could get murked. Like they say that they come in threes. Okay? They come in threes. Let me get this in Amos. Because you Jakes are just gone, man. This is Amos 9:9. For I will come in and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, with the biggest sifting obviously being in the land of their captivity. Okay? And you Christians, you Edomite Christians, you think that those 1948ers are the true Israelites, man. You are astoundingly dumb when it comes to understanding these scriptures. You Edomites, okay? And again, getting into the profane, being outside the temple, you changed all the doctrines, man, and made them outside the temple, man. By teaching that Mary's a virgin, that Joseph and Mary never had sex. Okay? As far as Roman Catholicism is concerned, you've taught people to pray to the saints, and then you create all these idols for the saints where they're a bunch of emasculated looking men looking like sissies without beards. Okay, you've brainwashed people into thinking that it's okay to eat pork. Okay, you've completely changed what adultery is as far as a definition. Okay, and interpretation. You've made men and you tried to make women over the man. Okay, you've completely changed everything, man. And the Lord is tired of you perverting his word, man. Okay? This is Amos 9 and 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. And that's coming to you, Jakes. Okay, Jeremiah 30 and 7, man, the time of Jacob's trouble. It's coming very soon. You know? These Edomites, they're fucking sick of you. They're going to clean their kingdom up. Last heroic chance. Okay? Last chance to clean his this wicked kingdom up, man. He's blaming you for everything. Okay? And honestly, if you look at how some of these YNs act, you really can't blame them. Because we're not going to let in our kingdom, we're not going to let people act up like that. These heathens act up like how y'all are. Y'all are just lawless beasts out here, man. Okay? Esau Edom has had enough. And he's going to lay down the sword. It's being furbished. Getting ready for the slaughter, like it says in Ezekiel. Okay? Anyways, Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Okay? So our people are going to be dying, left and right. Die by the sword. Who's got the sword? Esau Edom's got the sword, man. All right? That's his blessing. That's why Charlie Kirk was pushing people that gun rights nonsense. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong if you happen to own a firearm. There's nothing wrong with that. But these Edomites are fucking crazy with that shit, man. A firearm is not going to save you from what's coming. It's not going to save you from what's coming, man. You're supposed to depend and trust on the Lord. Which is something that Edomites can't do because they haven't been given the gift of faith, because they're not under the covenants, man. They're not the children of promise. They're the imposter. They're the devil. Okay? But yeah, with that, I believe I've proven the point. Till next time, shalom.